I, 22M, just graduated from college last month. It was a huge deal to me, not only because I worked really hard, but because I'm the first in my family to get a degree. My dad, 48M, has always said he's proud of me, but I've often felt like I've taken a back seat since he remarried when I was 13. My stepbrother, 17M, is a big-time soccer player, constantly traveling to tournaments, and my dad is at almost every game. I don't resent my stepbrother, he's a good kid, but I've always quietly felt like I was the serious, responsible one while my stepbrother got more attention for his sports. Anyway, my graduation date was set months in advance. I told my dad early and he said of course he'd be there. But the week of the ceremony he told me my stepbro's playoff game had been rescheduled for the same day. He said he would figure out a way to make both. The morning of graduation, I got a text saying, "Sorry bud, I have to go to the game, it's important for his college prospects. We'll celebrate after." I was devastated. My mom and grandparents were there cheering me on, but I kept looking at the empty seat where my dad should have been. That night, when he called to say congrats, I told him how hurt I was and he got defensive, saying I was being unfair, that I know he supports me but this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for my step-bro. He told me I'm being selfish and immature for making it all about myself. Since then I've barely spoken to him. He texted a few times saying I'm punishing him over something that wasn't personal and that he loves me. That I shouldn't cut family off over one day. Even my step-bro texted me saying he is sorry but I need to let it go because I'm being too harsh on dad and it's affecting everyone else. I don't know, part of me wonders if I am overreacting, but another part feels like I've spent half my life being in the background and always in the second place, and this time it was too much. My graduation also was a once-in-a-lifetime moment for me. So, comment 1. No, you are underreacting if anything. Your father being an absolute ass is one thing, but I can't believe your stepbrother would say that. Honestly, it makes me doubt this story is real. Comment 2. Simple solution, tell your dad he made his choice. You'll be going no contact until the next time you graduate from college. You know, since it's not a once-in-a-lifetime time thing. Story 2, telling my family that my sister strongly implied that she doesn't want me at her wedding, causing most of them to RSVP no. My sister and I have always had a complex relationship and are very different from one another, but I do love her and only want her to be happy. She got engaged a few months ago and at the beginning of last month she called me and told me that they're going to have the wedding in Alberta since his whole family is there. Then she said that she wants me there but would totally understand if I didn't come since I don't fly and it's a 3 to 4 day drive. At that moment I didn't realize she was telling me not to come, so I told that I wouldn't miss it for the world, that I would drive with our cousin and make a road trip out of it. Last Thursday I got my invitation and when I called to RSVP I asked about the dress code, since my dad told me that she emailed him about a certain color suit and tie so they could coordinate the pictures. She told me that I didn't have to worry about that it's nothing personal, but because I have stretched ears, piercings and a tattoo on my hand, I don't fit the aesthetic they're going for, so if I come we'll take pictures with just us but I won't be in the pictures. I don't cry often but that made me cry and I told her that if she doesn't want me there I won't go. She didn't say anything and we hung up. On Friday I had lunch with my grandparents and my uncle and told them about it. My grandmother got so upset that she started crying and told me that if I'm not welcome neither are my grandparents. My aunt and her husband and all my cousins RSVP'd no as well, and my brother and parents are thinking about not going as well. Although it means the world that they love me so much, I feel awful, like I've ruined my sister's wedding, that I should have kept my mouth shut. Comment 1. As much as I hate to see yet another post about a bride who cares more for aesthetics than her family, I am so happy to see the rest of your family supporting you. Often this isn't the case in these situations. NTA. Comment 2. Wow, this is actually the best family dynamic I've ever read on this sub. Usually it would go so my family told me to remove my piercings or else I couldn't come to the wedding at all. But you have a family who stood up for you in their own way. That's something to be proud of. NTA. Story 3. sneaking out and causing my sister to lose her job. My sister is 33, female, and I'm 14, female. She had a baby 3 months ago. I just got out of school for the summer and really wanted to rest, but my sister decided she wants to finally get a job. Now she's making me babysit my niece. I have zero experience with babies, and I get overstimulated easily. It's been really hard for me. I asked her if she could put the baby in daycare or something, but she refused. I decided to just suck it up, but it's been exhausting. I have insomnia, and it's hard to sleep when I feel like I need to be awake 24/7 to watch the baby. I'm constantly scared something might happen if I fall asleep. I told my mom how I felt, but she said I'd just have to deal with it. Both my parents work, so I'm left alone with the baby for hours almost every day. A few days ago, I got tired of everything. The night before my sister got ready for work, I snuck out and went to my friend's house so I wouldn't have to deal with it and could finally get some sleep. When I came home that morning after I saw all the missed calls and messages, and my mom and sister were really mad at me. They said I was being selfish and lazy. My sister even quit her job because I told her I'd leave again if she kept making me babysit. I definitely felt bad after. It feels like my whole family is barely talking to me except for my dad, and even he said I shouldn't have done that. Comment 1. You're NTA, you did what you did out of desperation. Sit down with your mom and dad and say calmly, sister is 33, she chose to have a child, and that means it is her responsibility to figure out childcare instead of trying to steal my childhood from me. You are being irresponsible parents by allowing her to abuse me in this way. I will not be babysitting again, and if I'm left alone with the child again, I will call the police and report child abandonment. Story 4, not allowing someone to go in front of me when ordering food at the airport? So I just got off my flight and I was really hungry. I can't eat much of the food they had on the plane because of personal reasons. I was waiting in line at a restaurant in the airport and it's almost my turn after 5 people ahead of me. So when it comes my turn, the guy behind me says to the cashier before I can order, "Hey, my flight is boarding soon, is there any chance you could make my food now?" To which I reply that I was in line first. He kinda gives me an acknowledging nod, then is about to say something else to the cashier, but I cut him off and say I'm really hungry cause I was kind of annoyed because he did not ask me for my spot, just the cashier. I felt this was rude, so I looked him in the eye when I said that. The cashier informs him it would take 10 to 12 minutes for the food and he rushes off saying, "All yours, sir," as if I was the rude one. If he had asked me nicely I may have said fine, but he didn't, so I was not polite either. Comment 1. NTA. If he wanted food, he should have shown up earlier before his flight was boarding and gotten it. His time management issues are not your problems. He can eat a snack on the plane or just get a snack from a shop in the airport real quick. Most of the time, the little shop sells like a salad or a sandwich. Comment 2. NTA. That guy is the kind of asshole that sits in your seat then gets upset when you expect him to go sit in his middle seat while you sit in the window or aisle that you paid for.